Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before starting the video, please consider leaving a like. It really motivates us to keep sharing useful content. Also, don't hesitate to subscribe to our channel and activate the little bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos about Islamic faith. Thank you all and enjoy the video. Sometimes, Allah separates two souls not to punish them, but to prepare them. What seems like a painful distance, a heartbreak, or a sudden silence, can actually be the beginning of a divine plan. It's easy to think that separation means the end. But in the unseen realm of divine wisdom, separation can be a tool for transformation, growth, and protection. When two people are pulled away from each other, whether due to external circumstances, misunderstandings, or timing, it is not always because they are wrong for each other. It may be because Allah knows they are not yet ready to be together. You may think you're prepared. You may have prayed, committed, loved sincerely. But Allah sees what you cannot. He knows what needs to be refined within you and within the other person before a true reunion can happen. This is where tawakkul, true trust in Allah, becomes essential. It's not just about believing that He has a plan, it's about surrendering to it completely, even when it breaks your heart. Sometimes, the pain you feel in your chest is not a punishment, but a message. A divine whisper telling you, not now, but maybe later. Not like this, but in a better way. Not when you're clinging, but when you're free. Separation can feel like the death of hope, but often it is actually the birth of something greater. You see, Allah does not give His most precious gifts to hearts that are distracted or desperate. He gives when He knows the timing will serve you, not destroy you. That's why He sometimes removes people from your life, so you can return to Him, so you can rebuild your identity around your Creator, not your creation. You might wonder, if we were meant to be together, why would Allah let this happen? Why would He allow such confusion, such hurt? The answer is layered in His mercy. You are not just being prepared for love. You are being purified through pain. You are being taught patience. You are being taught how to love someone without making them your center. You are being taught to anchor your soul in on Allah first. When you love someone deeply, it's natural to want to hold on. But sometimes, holding on too tightly means you haven't let Allah lead. Allah may remove that person, not because He doesn't want you to be happy, but because He wants you to find happiness first in Him. You are being given time to grow, to heal, to rise. And often, when you both do, Allah brings you back together, not as broken people holding on to each other for survival, but as whole souls choosing each other from a place of strength and submission. Reflect on the story of Musa, Moses, and his mother. Allah separated them in the most painful way. He ordered her to place her baby in a basket and release him into the river. A mother surrendering her baby to the current. Could there be a greater act of tawakkul? But what happened? Allah returned Musa to her in the most beautiful, divine, and unexpected way. That is how Allah works. He tests, He teaches, and then He returns. Better, stronger, more meaningful than before. So if you are in a season of separation right now, do not despair. This is not the end of your story. This is a chapter of growth, of inner refinement, of becoming who Allah wants you to be. Perhaps you are still holding on with fear. Perhaps your prayers feel unanswered. But know this: when Allah takes something away, He is either protecting you or preparing it for you in a better form. You might not understand it now, but your heart will thank you later. Be honest with yourself. What is this separation teaching you? Have you become closer to Allah? Have you learned to stand on your own, not in loneliness, but in spiritual strength? Are you learning to let go, not of the person, but of the unhealthy attachment? These are not just emotional wounds, they are spiritual lessons. The truth is, if Allah wants to reunite you with someone, no distance, no silence, no mistake will be able to stop it. But if He separates you now, trust that it's because He loves you. He wants you to come back to Him. He wants you to find your peace in sujood, your fulfillment in the Quran, and your identity in His light. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. Your story is still unfolding. Allah has not forgotten what you whispered in your du'as. He remembers every tear, every prayer, every longing in your heart. And if it is meant for you, it will return. Not a minute late, not a second early, but exactly when both of you are ready to carry the love that Allah intends for you. Until then, breathe, trust, let go of fear, and keep walking toward Allah. Because when you do, everything that is written for you will eventually find you, even the one your soul keeps remembering. When you are separated from someone you deeply care about, it's natural to wonder if there's any hope of reunion. Yet, in those moments of doubt and longing, Allah continues to send signs, subtle and sometimes unmistakable, that He is working behind the scenes to bring your paths back together. These signs are His way of reassuring you that you are not forgotten, that your story is far from over, and that the connection between you was created by His divine wisdom. One of the most profound ways Allah sends signs is through dreams. Dreams have always held a special place in Islamic tradition, regarded as messages or guidance from Allah. When you keep dreaming about someone, even after a long period of separation, it can be a powerful sign that your hearts are still connected and that Allah has not closed the door on your reunion. These dreams are not always clear or straightforward. They might be symbolic, filled with images and emotions that tug at your soul. But their persistence is a reminder that your bond transcends physical distance. Along with dreams, you might notice how certain prayers or du'as related to that person get answered in unexpected ways. Perhaps you asked Allah for clarity, peace, or a way to heal, and soon after, you find a resolution or feel a renewed sense of hope. Maybe you pray for guidance about your relationship, and suddenly, opportunities or signs appear, like meeting someone who knows the other person, hearing news about them through a friend, or sensing their presence in your thoughts at key moments. These answered prayers are Allah's way of nudging you, reminding you that He is in control, orchestrating events that you may not yet understand. Another remarkable sign is the occurrence of meaningful coincidences, which many describe as divine timing. You may find that no matter how far apart you are, your lives keep intersecting in surprising ways. Through a shared location, mutual acquaintances, or unexpected communications. Perhaps a song you both love suddenly plays on the radio, or a place that held memories pops up in your dreams or conversations. These moments, which can feel like little miracles, are not random. They serve to awaken your heart and rekindle hope that the reunion you desire is being carefully planned by Allah. Emotions and thoughts also play a powerful role in this divine signaling. You might notice an inexplicable pull toward the person, as if your souls are communicating beyond the physical realm. Despite the silence, despite the distance, your heart remembers. The persistence of their presence in your thoughts can be a sign that your connection is meant to endure. But this is also a time to be cautious and sincere in your reflection. Are these feelings pure? Are they guiding you closer to Allah, or are they rooted in attachment that could cause harm? These reflections are part of the spiritual journey Allah wants you to undertake. There are countless real-life stories that illustrate how Allah reconnects people through signs. People separated by distance, circumstances, or even misunderstanding have found their way back to each other through a series of small, seemingly insignificant events that ultimately led to a beautiful reunion. These stories often emphasize that Allah's timing and methods are perfect, even if they seem mysterious or delayed to human eyes. If you find yourself longing for reunion, there is a powerful dua you can make to seek clarity and guidance from Allah. One such supplication is, O Allah, if this relationship is good for my faith, my livelihood, and my life in this world and the next, then make it easy for us to come together in goodness. And if it is not good for me, then turn it away and turn me away from it, and grant me what is better. This dua reflects submission to Allah's will and recognition that what is ultimately best is what He decrees, even if it differs from our own desires. It is a dua that encourages spiritual maturity and trust in divine wisdom, reminding us that Allah's plans are always for our ultimate good. During times of waiting, it's important to stay open to the signs Allah sends, but also to cultivate patience and faith. Sometimes the signs come gently, like a fleeting thought or feeling of peace. Other times, they come as undeniable moments that shake your heart and soul. Regardless of how they arrive, these signs are Allah's way of keeping your hope alive and reminding you that the threads of destiny are still being woven. It is equally important to remain vigilant about your heart's intentions during this period. Are you seeking reunion out of desperation or out of genuine love and spiritual alignment? Are you ready to accept whatever Allah has planned, even if it means the relationship will look different than you imagined? These questions matter deeply because the signs from Allah are often tied to our readiness to receive His blessings. In essence, the signs Allah sends before a reunion are His gentle way of saying, I see you, I hear your prayers. Trust me. They are invitations to reflect, to grow, and to prepare yourself emotionally and spiritually. Through these signs, you can find solace in the uncertainty and strength in the waiting. Remember that Allah's timing is perfect. He knows the best moment to bring two hearts together, one when both souls are ready to support, uplift, and cherish each other in the way He intended. Until then, keep your heart open to His guidance, and let His signs be a source of hope and reassurance in your journey toward reunion. Divine timing is one of the most profound realities we face when longing for reunion with someone dear. When Allah delays bringing two hearts back together, it is not because He has forgotten or abandoned that connection. Rather, the delay is a manifestation of His infinite wisdom and mercy. Allah knows what we do not. Sometimes, we are simply not ready to receive what we have been praying for. The delay may be because one or both people need more growth, emotionally, spiritually, or even practically. True reunion is not just about being physically together. It is about being ready in every aspect to support and cherish one another in a way that pleases Allah. If either soul is not yet prepared, rushing the reunion can lead to pain, misunderstandings, or a relationship that doesn't fulfill its divine purpose. Allah's timing is perfect because He sees the unseen. He knows the struggles, the wounds, and the lessons each person needs to experience before their paths cross again. Sometimes, He delays the reunion to teach patience, one of the highest virtues in Islam. Patience is more than just waiting. It is a trust in Allah's plan and a calm acceptance of His decree. Through patience, the heart is purified, the character is strengthened, and faith is deepened. In addition to patience, the delay allows for self-preparation. Perhaps you need to rid your heart of negative traits like jealousy, insecurity, or attachment to worldly desires that could harm the relationship. Perhaps the other person needs similar growth. This time apart is an opportunity to focus on self-improvement, to build a stronger foundation rooted in faith and sincerity. Allah wants both of you to meet not just as lovers or friends, but as mature souls capable of nurturing a relationship filled with mercy, respect, and divine love. There is also the wisdom of life circumstances. Sometimes external factors, such as distance, family situations, or personal responsibilities, make immediate reunion impractical or harmful. Allah delays for these reasons too, protecting you from hardship and preparing the way for a smoother, more blessed union when the time is right. The hadith beautifully reflects this divine wisdom. What missed you was never meant to hit you, and what hit you was never meant to miss you. Tirmidhi. This means that what Allah withholds from us is never truly ours to have, and what He gives is perfectly suited to us. The delay is not denial, it is divine protection and guidance. So when you feel impatient or discouraged, remind yourself that Allah is shaping you for a blessing far greater than you can imagine. This waiting period is not wasted time. It is a vital part of your journey. Use it to grow closer to Allah, refine your character, and prepare your heart for the reunion He has planned. Trust that when the moment is right, Allah will unite you in a way that is meaningful, beautiful, and lasting. Until then, keep your faith strong, your intentions pure, and your heart open to His wisdom. When Allah is bringing two people back together, He often works through the power of prayer and sincere effort. Reunion is rarely just a matter of fate. It is a combination of divine will and human responsibility. While Allah controls all outcomes, He commands us to take active steps in our lives, especially through dua, supplication, patience, and righteous actions, to open the doors He intends to open. Prayer is the most powerful tool we have. It connects us directly to Allah, reminding us that nothing happens except by His permission. When you pray sincerely for reunion, ask Allah not only to bring you together, but to guide both hearts and minds toward what is best. Your dua should reflect submission to Allah's wisdom, not just your own desires. Say with conviction, "O Allah, if this reunion is good for our faith and our future, bring us together with mercy and ease. If not, grant us what is better." This dua keeps your heart aligned with divine wisdom and prepares you to accept whatever outcome is best. Alongside prayer, effort and patience go hand in hand. Allah loves when His servants do their best while trusting Him for the results. If you want to be reunited with someone, take steps to improve communication, seek forgiveness if necessary, and nurture kindness. Sometimes, reaching out with humility or clearing misunderstandings opens doors you never thought possible. But if those efforts don't immediately lead to reunion, have patience. Patience in action means continuing to make dua and showing goodwill without losing hope or giving in to despair. It is also essential to maintain your own personal growth during this time. Allah may be using the separation to help you become a better version of yourself. Focus on strengthening your character, deepening your faith, and living with integrity. When you do this, you attract blessings, not just from people, but from Allah's mercy. This spiritual readiness often becomes the foundation for a lasting reunion because it ensures that you meet each other as whole, sincere individuals. Remember, Allah's timing is perfect. Even if you put in your best effort and make heartfelt du'as, the outcome is always in His hands. Sometimes the reunion comes quickly. Other times, it requires more waiting. Trust that Allah is guiding your path, even when you cannot see it clearly. The process itself is part of your growth and preparation. The Quran reminds us that Allah is the best planner, and it may be that you dislike a thing which is good for you, and that you like a thing which is bad for you. Allah knows, while you know not. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:216. This verse encourages humility and trust in Allah's greater knowledge, especially when the things don't go as we hope immediately. Finally, keep your heart open to new possibilities. Sometimes, Allah's plan for reunion may look different than what you expected. It might be a renewed friendship, a new chapter of understanding, or a relationship that brings peace rather than just companionship. Stay flexible and remember that Allah's mercy is greater than our imagination. In summary, the reunion you seek involves a sacred balance between prayer, patient effort, personal growth, and trust in Allah's plan. By doing your part with sincerity and leaving the rest to Allah, you position yourself to receive the blessing He has destined for you at the right time and in the right way. May Allah bless you and guide you to a life filled with mercy, love, and tranquility.